Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, Assalatu wassalamu ala Rasulihil Ameen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. All the viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are on the 11th day, and now we will be learning about Surah Tawbah. Now, to proceed with, we are going to start with Surah Tawbah 111. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إن الله اشترى من المؤمنين أنفسهم وأموالهم بأن لهم الجنة. It's a very, I would say, very powerful transaction that Allah wants to tell us about how He has some business transactions with us. Yes, of course, Qur'an also has a business transaction. Now you may be wondering what it is. Now He is telling you the best deal I have done with the people of Jannah or those people who are believers. What I have done, I have taken or I have bought from them life and their wealth. I have bought the life and their wealth in return to Jannah. Now, what does this mean? Imagine we are given some kind of maybe an iPhone. Okay, an iPhone is given and very expensive. I know all of us are waiting to get that iPhone in the hand, and somebody tells us, if this is a box piece, you have to be very careful, use it very nicely, and be careful. You have to return it back to me after 1 year. Now, how are you going to use it? You're very careful. You are cautious about it, like what are the apps you want to download, what kind of, how are you going to use it, everything, top to bottom, we are very much concerned about that particular thing because this iPhone has to be returned after 1 year, right? So how much ever we use it, we are trying to be very cautious about it, right? We are scared whether it should not have any fault or it should not fall down, it should not have any kind of problem. So we care about each and everything there. The same thing is happening here also. It is a business transaction. He says, I have taken your life and your wealth. So, whatever we are doing in this world to give some kind of value in others' lives, we are trying to give us a service, we are trying to help people out there, we are trying to do something to benefit this whole community or whole society. This becomes a, an asset for all of us. This is the same business transaction that Allah wanted us to do. So He says, whatever you are doing for my cause, for my reason, that is, if I am your priority, and you are spending your whole life for the sake of my priority or for the sake of Allah, and you are spending all your money also in order to get that position in front of Allah, then I will be giving something in return to you as a promise. And what is that? It is the Jannah. And again, in the next ayah, 112, he is talking about all the traits of those people who are entering into Jannah. Not all will be entering into Jannah, right? All of us cannot. We need to have some etiquettes. There should be some benchmarks that we have to understand all that, how to enter into Jannah, what kind of people will be entering there. So he's telling all that, the description of each and every person who is entering Jannah. At-ta'ibun, one who repents. Al-abidun, one who is worshipping Allah. Al-hamidun, that is, who is always praising Allah all the time. He is grateful or he is showing his gratitude. As-sa'ihun, and also who go about in this world for the sake of Allah, that is, who is traveling for the sake of Allah, who is trying to give the message to people, who is trying to do something or to have some better things in the world. Maybe he's going to spread the message, or he's going to help one person from any kind of evil, or he's doing something, he's going out of his house. He's not confined to only his house, but he's going somewhere outside, helping other people also. It may be in any cause. Okay, as-sa'ihun, ar-raki'un, that is those who are prostrating, who are who are bowing down, ruku. Okay, who are doing this ruku or who is bowing down. As-sajidun, who is prostrating towards Allah, who is in the sujood form all the time. That is, who is constantly praying. It means Rakyun, Sajidun, constantly praying every now and then for everything. He feels, his prayers are at peace. And then, al-amiruna bil ma'ruf wan-nahuna 'anil munkar. That is one who is enjoining good, or one who is encouraging the good and abstaining themselves from all evil. These are the people. Again, it's not just final one. Again, he is telling, وَالْحَافِظُونَ لِحُدُودِ اللَّهِ. And they are the ones who are very much cautious about the boundaries of Allah. What are my limitations? How much I can exceed? To what extent I can go? This is their, they know about it. What are my boundaries? To what level I can go? Now, this is very important for we humans, especially ladies, are concerned. Usually, the teen says, "I want to get married, but I want to go to job also. If my husband is not allowing me for a job, then I want to quit. I don't want." The priority is given to the job. Here, I don't say you should not give priority, but you need to learn certain other things as well. Certain things are getting connected, and only then, no, life does not have only one source, or it doesn't mean that only getting job is the ultimate success. That's not the way. There are certain other branches of life also, and we need to get into all that things. Now, some of them may be getting the permission, some of them may not. Maybe Allah is wanting them to do something different. Maybe Allah has different plans for them. We need to understand that as well. So telling that I will be getting married to only one person who is giving me full freedom to go and work. So what kind of work? All that we have to take into consideration, right? Who is there in the workplace? What timings they are? Everything has to be considered. So those boundaries which are there, we need to be aware of. What kind of work we as Muslims need to opt for, and what is a work area, how much is a workspace, and who is there with us, what timings, everything. It's not just for women, even for men. Even men have to take care of all that, and who is there in the office, everything matters a lot. So we should be very cautious about all these, the boundaries, or I would say the limitations that we need to clear. And for such people, Allah says, وَبَشِّرِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Give them glad tidings about Jannah. Those people are the ones who will be entering Jannah. SubhanAllah. These are the traits of being a true believer who will be entering into Jannah. So let us make it a point that we try to give more and more importance to all these activities which Allah has mentioned here. Okay, in Ramadan, let us make it a practice that we go and have more ruku and more sujood, more in prayers, and also help people somewhere outside. Go out of the house and help. I'm not talking, of course, men are more eligible for these things going out, but I don't say women can't do it. Women also need to take care of. If people are not going out, at least at home, sitting at home, you can help people. That also can be done. But this is mandatory. If we want to go to Jannah, we need to solve some problems of others also. It's not just talking about our problems and only solving our problems. No, helping the society, going and reaching out to those who are really in need. This is the need of the day, and this particular thing has to be communicated to all the people around. So anything evil that you find, going and fighting against it, having a protest, this is a part and parcel of our lives. So we have to go and stop that evil. It may be word of mouth, it may be through your actions, it may be through your writings or articles or whatever it is, but do something. Something has to be done. Now going to ayah number 7 of Surah Yunus. Ayah number 7, Allah says, those who do not expect that we are not meeting you people, then He is not going to take any heed of our sign. And such people, whoever is doing that, whoever is not considering about all that, he will be soon knowing about the consequences, what is going to happen to him. Okay, so this dunya is very limited. We know that it is very, very limited as compared to that of the Qiyamah. And when we feel that maybe a day or so I might have lived here. I didn't live here for long. That is what our feelings are actually, even Quran also says that when people ask how many days were we in this world, they would say maybe uh, lam yalbathu illa ashiyatan aw duhaha. Maybe a day, or maybe a part of the day or a night we might have spent here. That's what they say. Subhanallah. And if that is the case, if we are feeling in that way, imagine how much of time we have to spend in qiyam or akhirah, right? That particular life is something that is eternal, and that has to be prioritized more. So he says, if you feel that there is nothing like that, you feel okay, um, we need not join, or we did not believe in whatever Allah is talking about, or we did not believe that we are meeting Allah, then you will not be getting any kind of success. Allah is again and again trying to warn with all these ayahs. In ayah number 11, he says, whenever these people who are very lazy, who are not into any who disbelieve in Allah, who is meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they don't believe in all that, these are the people, whenever they are getting any kind of problem, what do? They start bowing down, they start crying in front of Allah, they plead Allah to solve their problems, everything is done. But the moment Allah is rescuing them from all that afflictions, whatever they were having or they had experienced, then everything they forget. This is something very terrific. This cannot happen in the life of a true believer. So remember that Allah is the one who makes us happy, and we need to trust Him only. That's it. So it is just a test, a trial or happiness. Both are tests, and we need to understand in both the times, both these circumstances, we need to rely on Allah's help and support itself, nothing else. We cannot expect anything else from anybody else, or anybody in this world, or even Shaytan. So we cannot expect all that what people are talking about in this world, inshallah. Next, Allah says in ayah number 14, ثُمَّ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ خَلَائِفَ فِي الْأَرْضِ مِنْ بَعْدِهِمْ لِنَنْظُرَ كَيْفَ تَعْلَمُونَ. That is, we have appointed you as a successor in the earth, as a representative in the earth. Khalifa. We have given you that. Why? To see how you act. How do you react, or what do you do? What are the actions that you want to plan now? Everything we are giving you as an opportunity. It depends on you what you need to do. It's your decision, it's your choice. Whether you want to do something good, or you want to do something evil, or you want to do nothing. I'll do just whatever is told to me. Enough. That's it. That's my boundary. No. Go and reach out to more people. Help something, in some ways or the other, and see to it that you achieve the maximum in the scale, inshallah. When we will be having the weighing scale in our hands, what is going to weigh more, we need to do all of that, inshallah, so that our scale also is heavier on the day of judgment, inshallah. Next, Allah says in the Quran, again, ayah number 22, هُوَ الَّذِي يُسِرُّكُمْ فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ. And whoever is, we have enabled you to go and, have a journey on land as well as the water, or in the sea. That is, whenever we have given a chance for you to go and, travel, to see the world, to see our signs or whatever. Now Allah has shown so many signs everywhere. So it is not just the land route or the sea route, even air routes, right? There are so many things. Imagine we are in the flight and the flight starts shaking. We're holding our breaths. We don't know what is going to happen now. Like the flight, what will happen to the flight? We are all worried. The same thing he says, even when you are in the land. You've been knowing recently what happened in Turkey, right? In Syria. Nauzubillah, may Allah protect all of them and all of us as well, inshallah, from these kinds of torments. And what happened in Turkey? It was shaking. The land was shaking, and when there was an earthquake, when everybody fell under, they were in the rubble. What happened during that time? All started asking Allah's help. Everybody. Right? Whoever is dead, alive, no matter what, everyone there was seeking help. It was the help that was required. There the maximum thing that they wanted was the help from somebody. So Allah says during that time you all call for help. But whenever you are saved from that particular trauma, then the credit goes to the pilot. Oh my God, pilot was a very intelligent person or very experienced man. He was the one who drove us safe. Oh, this doctor, everything because of this doctor only. The credit goes to the pilot or the doctor, whenever any problem comes by and we are trying to solve that problem. This doctor or this pilot or the captain of the ship, these are just the source through which Allah has helped us. Understand that. So our statements also, when we utter from the mouth, we have to see to it that they are pure and they are genuine. So we need to praise those people for their efforts, of course. I don't say you cannot praise them at all. Thank you for all that effort, what you have done. We are really thankful to Allah for sending us you as the person to help us. So that's how we need to react. You can't give all that credit which you had to give it to Allah, you can't give it to these people. This is the difference that we have to understand. And in ayah number 24, just a couple of things that I have to just a few ayahs that we will be taking here. Here he says, the example of life in this world. Allah says the example of, or it's a parable, or it is the instance of the world. The life in this world is like that of the water that we have sent down to the earth from the heavens. So we have sent from the heaven water. This causes vegetation on earth. Okay, and this can sustain people, both man and women. Okay, whoever man, women, and even animals. So whoever is eating that, they get sustenance. They are able to live in this world. So significance is actually not for the water. It is for the person who is sending water. So here, it is not for the life that we have got. It is for those. It is the credit has to be given to that person who has given us this life. Okay, it's not about our life that matters. It is about the person who has given that life to us. Now let us be mindful about all that the examples that Allah is going to give us to make us understand that, see, most of the time in most of the ayahs related to the vegetation or the water, life and water, I mean most of the time this example is given in the Quran also. So we have to be mindful about it. A barren land becomes greenery, or it turns out green because of water. So the same thing, some land, some area of land becomes barren, or it doesn't affect anything. Whatever happens, no matter how much of rainfall you get, it's not going to help. It becomes barren only. So there are people who belong to these categories. Whatever happens, any guidance they get, they are not going to change. But some, with very little guidance, also they are able to bring that changes in their lives, alter their life in a very positive manner. This is the believer's trait. And then Allah is inviting. Wallahu yad'u ila dar salam. Allah is da'wa, or He is yad'u means He is inviting towards dar salam, the house of peace, sukoon. Why is that? Where is that particular sukoon? Where do we get that? وَيَهْدِي مَن يَشَاءُ إِلَى صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ. And He is guiding those people towards the straight path. Some of them whom Allah wishes, only these people will be given that guidance. And guidance towards going to the right path. Subhanallah. May Allah include us also in that Sirat al-Mustaqim, the path of those people whom Allah wants us to go, inshallah. And what is this life all about? I just told. Here also Allah is mentioning that if we ask them, ayah number 45, Allah says, if we ask them now about this world, it is just the enjoyment, nothing else. It's nothing but the enjoyment. And it is just like maybe an hour of the day. Maybe like an hour of the day. Maybe it is Dhuhr time or Asr time or Maghrib time. That's it. I was just there for such long time. That is the duration of maybe the part of the day. Okay, so they feel that maybe 1 hour or 2 hours, maybe that's how I lived on earth. Can you imagine? Even despite of living here for 60 to 70 years, we feel that maybe 1 hour we have lived. So the time we don't know, it is like lapsing of time, or the time spent is, we feel so quick that we don't understand exactly how much of time we have spent here. So it is a reminder for all of us. In I know 57, he is telling us the same thing. It's just a reminder for all of you, all that whatever you are getting, that is, you have shifa for all kinds of problems. But all you need to do is read Quran, understand Quran, make it a healing process. So everything you have solution for all that in the Quran itself. But it is our responsibility to go through it, read it, understand. Okay, solution is guaranteed through Quran, but most of us are not aware of. We don't know how to read it. We don't know how to feel it. Okay, even if you know how to read it, we don't know how to feel it. We don't know how to ponder. We don't know how to understand in depth. What are the perceptions that we need to take into consideration while reading Quran? All these things we need to think over that. We need to learn about it. And the last ayah today I'm going to talk is about the the sign that Allah Subhanahu wa Taala has mentioned in ayah number 92 regarding Firaun. So Allah says, we have placed your body or your corpse, whatever the dead body of yours, as a sign. It's an ibra. So it is like a sign. It is it's for everybody to make them understand that what is the consequence of those people who reject Allah's faith. So it is a lesson for all of us. So Allah is telling here that if Allah, you don't listen to our signs, or you don't concentrate about our signs, you don't care about our warnings, then your condition is going to be the same as that of Pharaoh. May Allah protect all of us. May Allah help us in this regard to get more knowledge, implement that in the life, execute it, and reflect that habits and behavior in our lives, and make our lives fruitful so that we can enter Jannah very easily, inshallah. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.